booties for black girl nerds.
My God, I when I tell you the ugly cackling that took place in this room watching this season, and every time I thought I couldn't laugh anymore, it just got better and better and better and better. This is by far my favorite season so far. You guys just really took it up another notch, and it's fantastic. Thank you
Oh,
for all of the creative abilities of you and the whole team. It was amazing.
oh.
So, what I would like to begin with is you guys have such a wonderfully nuanced approach to creating the Black experience, things that we know intimately, but we don't, I wouldn't even think to formulate that into comedy. So, what doesn't make the mark? What doesn't make it? What is an absolute no go when you are crafting? Because I mean, this season is bananas. It's so good.
Listen, I'm trying to tell people how crazy it is, and they're like, "You say that every season." I'm like, "Okay."
Mm.
They're not ready. They're not ready. I think I don't know
I
what's
mean,
up.
all I'm go- I don't want to give anything away, but I had to, Easter, funerals, and lotion. That's all I'm gonna say were the two that really took me over the edge.
Okay, got it.
What does it make it for you? What is a no go?
I mean, for me, anything that's like punching down, right? So we're not going to make fun of
Mm.
people for things they can't help. We're not going to make ageist jokes or sizist jokes or racist jokes. Like, that's not what we're trafficking in. We don't want to offend anyone or strip them of their dignity. This show is about celebrating Black women. This is about celebrating our joy. And this is about unburdening us for a half hour. So I think this show is meant to be a gift to Black women because it's for Black women. So what would be off the table is anything that tears Black women down or Black men or anyone for that matter. We don't really tear anyone down. Somebody said once, well, why do you exclude white people from the show? And I'm like, we don't exclude white people from the show. We celebrate Black people on the show, which is different. So it's in all in how you look at it, but nothing's really off the table. We don't do explicit politics just because we make the show months and months and months before it airs. So anything we would do that would be overtly political would be outdated by the time it aired. But that's just really more a technical thing than a boundary. But yeah,
I'm
no, I
just
mean, yeah, just anything that's hurtful is off the table. But other than that, we kind of do anything.
I'm so intrigued by the creative process of these episodes and then the sketches within the episodes because they're so fleshed out, they're so nuanced, and they're so specific to Black women. So, in the career, before you start shooting, from the day you open your writer's room to the day you begin shooting, how long is that process?
So our writers write for 13 weeks, and then we have pre-production for just like 5-6 weeks, and then we go shoot. So
It's
yeah,
incredible.
it's pretty quick. I mean, it feels long for people at home because it still takes a year to make it because it takes a couple of months to shoot, and then I have to edit for 3 months, and then it comes on the air. So it's still like 9-10 months before people, well, it's a year before people see it, but it's I work on this show all year long. I'm kicking the thing. I work on the show all year long. I work on it 11 months and 28 days a year. Like, I don't really have any time off because I'm the showrunner, I'm the creator, I'm the writer, I'm the star, all those things. So and then I go do press. So I think people don't realize how long it takes to make the show. But what I always say is we're making 50 short films. It'd be one thing if we were
Hmm.
making a scripted half-hour comedy. We could write for 6 weeks and shoot for 6 weeks and be done. But if you think about it, the show is so dense. I don't know if it feels more dense to you this year, but there's more sketches and the episodes are longer. So there's only 6 episodes, but there's more content. So I think people will be happy with that because they're always like, it goes so fast, but it goes fast because we write well and because we edit well. Our Emmy award-winning editor is like, we just make sure that the joke density is so fast that you just kind of can't catch your breath. And I love the idea of that ugly laugh that you were talking about, because that's what I want.
Ma'am.
I want people cursing us out, throwing stuff at the TV. I want them to be like, what's wrong with them?
Some of the responses that I have are not appropriate for the Black Girl Nerds platform, but the show was so good. I went back and I watched the whole season again after the screeners, and there's so much in them that I feel like people have to have repeat episodes.
Has to.
I mean, repeat them for themselves, just so they can
Yeah, you have
catch
to.
everything in them.
I tell people you need to go rewatch seasons 1 and 2. It's only 12 episodes. It'll take you less than half a day. And you need to go rewatch seasons 1 and 2 before 3, because 3, and this is not a spoiler because I already said it in the press, but you will get answers about the end of the world, and you'll see why certain Easter eggs have been in certain sketches. And if I always tell people, look at the walls, look at the things hanging on the walls, look at the props people are picking up. You're going to see everything since Bad Bitch Support Group till season 3 has all been connected. So, that's just a little piece of advice.
And lastly, in addition to the fun of watching all of you just in general, it's fun to see which celebrities are going to pop up in different episodes, because they sometimes you'll catch them. They may not have speaking roles. They may just be in there. There's someone this season who popped up in one, and I was like, hey, look at that person is in this particular sketch.
They should all speak. They all speak.
I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
So
right.
How many times when people see you, do they say, Robin, please put me in somewhere, put me in the game. I want to be in the show. How often does that happen to you from other talent that you see when you're just out and about and around the way?
Well, I don't go out that much because I'm busy making this show, but when I do go out, it does happen. Thank God. And that is why we have 40 plus guest stars this season. But it's also a lot of me cold calling people and our casting doing their job too, but shout out to Mickey Thomas. But it's a lot of me networking. It's funny. Anyone who was at the Emmys last year remembers me in my seafoam green dress running around the ceremony in every commercial break because I was trying to round up guest stars. So I'm always like, hey, nice to meet you. Would love to have you on a Black Lady sketch show. So I'm like, give me your number, I'll call you. So anyone who hasn't done the show yet at this point has definitely been contacted. They just didn't have a schedule that allowed it. But the response is always really great. And then of course, yes, there are people who come to me and say, I want to be a part of it too, which is really nice.
Well, I just want to give you your flowers, ma'am, because this season is phenomenal. I thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful season, and I truly enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Tell Jamie I said hi.
I will do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Better shake your booties for Black girl nerves. Better shake your booties for Black girl nerves.